Have you ever found yourself trapped in an exhausting, frustrating, and seemingly endless argument with the protective part of yourself? Well, I definitely have, and so have many of my clients. So in today's video, I'm sharing the number one mistake that keeps us locked in this frustrating loop and what to do instead to go from arguing to healing. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Valentina Manini. I'm a certified IFS practitioner and psychedelic assisted therapy facilitator. And everything I learned and tried out was not just out of passion, which I definitely have, but a must to actually find my way out of generalized anxiety and depression. So let's dive in today's video. When we start getting to know a protector, we all have the best intentions. We know the drill. We shall be curious and open. We shall ask the right questions. We shall not rush. We shall keep certain parts at bay so that they don't take over. But what about those times in which you did your best to stay curious and open and asked all the right questions, but nothing seemed to work? Like with those very dedicated parts, like the perfectionist who scrutinizes every detail, or the people pleaser who can't say no, or the avoider who keeps you safely distant. When we meet these kind of parts and get stuck, a very subtle shift happens, often unnoticed, and we start engaging them from a place of logic and evidence and try to explain our way out. And unfortunately, as I'm sure you have already noticed, this rarely works. When you challenge a protector this way, it often backfires. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. So how do we get out of this tug-of-war? Well, what's truly happening is that your mind came to the rescue. In that moment, you got stuck and frustrated. You shifted from a place of curiosity to a place of blending. Another protective part has taken over, a logical, analytical part that is doing its best to help through persuasion, through explaining, or through sheer pressure. It really depends on what part that is. So what should you do instead? Well, this has two main components to it. First of all, we need to get the trust of the protector again. And number two, we need to ask the right questions. So let's start with the first part of it, gaining the trust of the protector all over again. The process follows three key steps. Number one, you notice that other part trying to argue or persuade. Can you feel its energy? And can it feel you there? And second, kindly ask it to soften just enough to feel a bit more space opening up. Does this part have any concerns? Or is it willing to let you go to this protector who is now armored up again? And third, from this more spacious place, just listen without trying to fix or change anything. And show it that you are now separate from that other pushy part and that you are truly there to witness and listen to it. And when this happens, then it's time for the what if questions. What if you could have some free time? What might feel more natural or fulfilling for you to do? Or you might also ask, what did you give up to take on this protective role? This question will allow the protector to remember the sacrifices it made, often revealing surprising insights about its true nature. And again, what if there was another way? What if I could help with that? These questions will open up the space for this part to start considering the possibility of an alternative. One in which it doesn't have to work so hard. And through the trust you will nurture with this part, a new softness will replace its original weariness. and an eagerness to reclaim what it lost, what it gave up, its true nature, an eagerness to help in a different way and to allow you to lead the way. And of course, this might take a longer process in which you witness the different ways in which this part has been helping you, the different things it had to give up, the way in which it does not like doing this job, the way in which it would actually give everything to have an alternative to be there for you. And as you practice approaching your protectors with this kind of curiosity, the inner battlefield becomes a council where every voice is heard and brings valuable wisdom. If you want to explore how to create all of this, I have created a 9-day email course that will guide you through the basics of IFS in the easiest possible way. And if you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the comments.